I think I'm centered. Anyway, this is my third time trying to film this Q&A, and they people say third time's the charm, so hopefully that's accurate for me tonight. I have my list of questions that I found on the internet that I felt comfortable answering about myself to share with you all here today. So I'm gonna just start the Q&A. The first question was, what was your dream job as a child? Well, when teachers asked what I wanted to be when I was a kid, I never really had an answer. So I usually just kind of lied and said something in the moment, whatever came to mind. But I know I did want to be in the military, like how my mom and dad were in the military. I wanted to be in the Air Force specifically. Well, I wanted to be in the Army, then it changed to the Air Force, but it kind of varied between those two. And now, as you can see, I'm not in the military. I'm just me. Um, I'm still things are still falling into place for me right now. I'm not really into anything right now. I am into things, but that I just haven't like started anything yet. But I'm not in the military either. So, and that idea died for me about 2 years ago. 2 years ago, 3 years ago, something like that. The second question is, do you have any pet peeves? Yes, I can think of a few, but the one I'll choose to share here today is a tether. That's basically somebody who copies you and like does everything you do. It's like playing an unwilling game of Simon Says where I'm Simon and I haven't said anything, but people kind of just follow your lead and do things you do. But it's not I don't know if they're inspired or they're like admiring, but it's weird. It comes off as weird. So that would be my pet peeve. The third question is, what is your favorite season and what does it remind you of? Well, growing up I always said my favorite season was winter and it still is, but I might have to go with fall as my answer because it kind of changed like last year when I got into like the fall aesthetic and fall kind of took the place as my favorite season over winter even though I was born in winter. And I do like cold seasons more than hot seasons, but I was born in the beginning of the year, and obviously that's when winter is taking its place. So I kind of always say winter because that's what it reminds me of when I was born. And I like winter, but fall is kind of kicked out the door in my brain, and I'm gonna have to say fall. The fourth question is, do you have any hobbies? Yes and no. Like growing up, I never really had any hobbies other than like drawing and like playing games. I don't know if this counts as a hobby, but when I was in sixth grade, I joined the band, and when I quit when I was in the eighth grade, but I don't know if that counts as a hobby. But I don't even draw anymore. Like I'm into art, but I'm not really like into it at the same time as much as when I was a kid. I would share some of my drawings, but they're not here right now. They're at my mom's house, and I'm living with my dad right now, and they're not here. So, but a hobby I play, I have a hobby I'm into right now would be playing video games, and that's probably the only one. Like I grew up playing Grand Theft Auto 4, Saints Row, Roblox. But I play Roblox mobilely, not on like a console. I do now, but here and there, not really like often. These days, I play games like Grand Theft Auto 5, Sims 4, and I played some other games, but I kind of have them uninstalled right now because I've just been playing. Oh, I got Forza Horizon 4. I got the the steering wheel and stuff. I don't know why I'm stuttering. I do that sometimes. I don't know why. But anyway, I got the steering wheel and the gas pedal and everything. So I play Forza, and those are probably just my hobbies. Literally just playing video games right now. Hopefully, I can dive into more. The sixth question is, oh, not the sixth, the fifth. The fifth question is, if you were stuck on a deserted island and had to choose a family member to be stuck with, who would you choose? I wouldn't choose any of them, but since the point of the question is to choose a family member, I would probably have to choose my brother. He would honestly have to be the most calm to deal with. I wouldn't choose any of them really, but because I think I would be better off by myself. Like, I think I could remain the most sane by myself. But if I have to pick one, I would have to say my brother. He'd be the most easy to deal with. I feel like my sister or mom, dad, I never really considered. I don't have anything against my dad, but I didn't really consider him as an option. I was kind of just thinking about my mom, sister, and brother. My sister and mom probably be losing their minds, and I would be annoyed. My brother, he probably be the most calm to deal with. So I'm probably gonna have to say him. The next question is now is the sixth question is what's one thing you're most proud of accomplishing? Um, this might sound silly, but the reasoning behind why it's the most proud thing I'm proud of myself for accomplishing is, well, basically the answer is getting my glasses. Yes, these very ones sitting on my face. So pretty much all my life I've needed glasses, but I have social anxiety and some other things, but the main thing is really just social anxiety. I'm saying that like I didn't say everything I'm dealing with in my last video. But anyway, I have social anxiety for the most part, and I never felt comfortable enough or confident enough to speak to the doctors to be like, hey, I can see this letter, or like just tell them what I can and can't see to get the prescription for the glasses. But that also, like not having my glasses, I've needed them my whole life. That also affected my grades in school for pretty much majority of my life. But um, before I graduated, I got accepted into this homeschooling program, and my GPA got like way better. So they're good now. I'm just saying. Anyway, yeah, in 2021, I told my mom that I was finally confident enough to go get my glasses, and here they are on my face. They used to be clear, but now they're like this pinkish color. They make themselves look very old, and they're only 4 years old, technically. So that would be the most that would be the thing I'm most proud of myself for accomplishing. I've confused myself with which number I'm on, like which question. I think this is the seventh question. If you could only listen to one song for the rest of your life, what would it be? Um, um, it's hard to pick just one song because I'm listening to a lot right now. Like I have a lot of songs on repeat. I'll just put up a list of all the songs I'm listening to right now because it's hard to just pick one. Yeah, that's my answer. The next question is if you could go back and talk to your younger self, what's one thing you would say? I would tell my younger self to not, I don't know what I would say to my younger self. Like there's a lot that comes to mind, but I can't think of anything. Like what's something I would go to my younger self and say? I finally got an answer. But I would tell my younger self not to worry about what other people think about what other people have to think about her or like what they have to say, whether that be family or strangers or people at school. Um, right now, I'm currently struggling with the fear of being seen, even as I'm recording and uploading videos as much as I can when I have the time to do so. But yeah, I would say that because it's not that I was just actively like just worrying about what people had to say, but it was more like a feeling, kind of feeling boxed in and limited based off pretty much, yeah, what people around me had to say. I was gonna say more so my parents because I grew up sheltered, so there were like a lot of things that my parents wouldn't let me do, and that's now affecting me now as an adult that is I'm trying to get out of my shell, which is why I'm here recording these videos now because I've always well not always, but I've recently been into content creation and it's just been something I've wanted to do for a while, but I kind of feared what other people would think about me, and I'm slowly slipping out of that. So that would honestly be another thing I'm proud of myself for doing. that goes back to the other question. But yeah, I would tell her not to be worried about what anybody has to think about her, whether that be parents, any family members, classmates. Like, none of their opinions matter. So I don't know if anybody else can relate, but that's what I would tell myself. Right. The last question is, if you could live in any movie, which would it be? There are a lot of movies that come to mind that I like cartoon and just fiction in general. But I'm probably gonna have to say Shark Boy and Lava Girl. I got a phone call. But yeah, I think I was pretty much just saying that Bridge to Terra. I mean, no. I was thinking about Bridge to Terabithia, another fictional movie, but I would say Shark Boy and Lava Girl. As I said, I think all the pretty much the alternate world they went to that interested me as a kid. That was interesting to me as a kid. And even though the movie looks so terrible now, it was good back then when we were kids and we had kid eyes. Because now we have adult eyes and we can see how terrible the movie really looks. But if you really use your imagination, you can put the bad editing and like early transition to CGI effects in the past. Like, you just forget about it and just use your imagination and see the movie for what it's supposed to be. So anyway, I would have to say Shark Boy and Lava Girl as my answer. Um oh yeah, the girl's name, the Ice Princess, her name is Marissa and that's my name. I didn't choose the movie because of that. I just remembered that that was her name. And she made that ice look really good. So, well, that's the end of the video. I was gonna say something more to me having the fear of being seen and doing it scared, but I can't remember. But yeah, that's the end. I don't have any more questions. And if you have any more questions, because this is a nobody asked for this Q&A. I only have one subscriber as far as I know right now. I haven't looked, but if you have any more questions, I'll be open to answering them. But this is pretty nobody asked for it, but I created it anyway because I've had the idea for so long and I've been sitting on the idea. This is my third attempt, by the way. I don't know if I said that already. The first time, I just wasn't happy with the results. Um, I didn't like. I'm kind of getting used to. I'm teaching myself how to project my voice because I'm naturally a soft-spoken person, and I'm trying to learn how to project my voice, which is why I also have the mic because it helps. Um, yeah, I just didn't like the way that video had came out. And then the second video, that was the one I posted last night. Not sure if you saw the short I made about making a 9 minute video, 9 minute long video. And then my mic wasn't even on. So that was fun, but I didn't even feel like re-recording the video, which is why I'm here tonight. The third time, third time's the charm. I Here I am. This is the video. It's out. It's finally out. I had recorded the first one back in July, and it's November. It's almost December, but yeah, I got it out before the year ended. So applause for me. Applause for me. Pat on the back, cause yeah. But yeah, that's the end of the video. If you liked it, like the video, please subscribe if you want, if you care to, like, if you like watch this video and you watch some of my shorts and you're like, ooh, more. If you like really care, then subscribe, please. I'm not trying to sound desperate, but if you find this interesting somehow, then if you feel it in your heart today, please subscribe. That's the end. Bye.